Right. Good evening. So, I'm not sure you guys are aware of this, but there was a interview that Mitt Romney did. He's talking about he's got morons on his team. He's on CNN. He's talking about fellow GOP members, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Paul Gosar, who were supporting Vladimir Putin, and they were also well, I'll just read it to you. They were speaking at America First Political Action Conference took place in Orlando, organized by white nationalist Nick Fuentes, um, and I think Gosar appeared through pre-recorded remarks. Mark Kelly Green spoke at the event in person. Um, this was a white supremacist anti-Semitic event. Nick Fuentes has been labeled a white supremacist by the U.S. Department of Justice and the Anti-Defamation League, banned from most major social media platforms with white nationalist rhetoric. And he said last week, I am totally rooting for my Russia, while also referring to Putin as my czar. Um, to me, it's kind of funny because it shows you how society's kind of changed because there was a time where Russia was seen as, communist or so. And, Russia was seen as something that you wouldn't support if you were a conservative. And it's amazing to me now to see that, how the world has kind of shifted in some ways. That you have Republicans who are clearly white supremacists supporting Putin, who I don't really see as a communist, who I don't really see in that way. But um, to see them supporting him to me is kind of a little ironic, if you will. Um, Mitt Romney goes into it saying that they've lost some IQ points. I used to trying to be funny. He quotes Bill, what is this, Sundance Kid or something, Butch Cassidy. One character say, I got morons on my team. Anybody who would sit down white nationalist speak at their conference was certainly missing a few IQ points. I disagree. I disagree completely. I don't like this because Mitt Romney is making the Republican Party look as though this is just a minority. This is not who we are. That you can respect us. That we are. This is the most outspoken part of our group, and you shouldn't look at us all this way. Which is BS. They're still anti-science. They still protected Trump from the impeachments and people looking into his connection with Putin. Um, maybe they weren't so open to go to a white supremacist rally, but we all know what Marjorie Taylor Greene is. This was the icing on the cake. This was the laminate. This was the outward covering. When you know how you put down paint on a car and then you put something you put on top of it. I forgot. That makes it kind of shiny. You know, we already knew all this, that these are racists, and that these actions and these statements that have been made come from a racist mind. That this is how they see the world. When I see Martin Taylor Greene after January the 6th, there was Jews in the Capitol walking around. She goes up to him and she's like, "Are y'all planning something?" I mean, I know what that is. You know what that is. You know, um, I don't like this because what what Mitt Romney is saying is, don't be so open about your racism. Stop it. It looks bad. You're showing people you're racist, and it's making the whole Republican Party look racist. I don't like that because it's taking away from the acknowledgement that, yeah, they're racists and their actions come from a racist mind. I don't like that. That if they were a little bit smarter, oh, we want to send the white supremacists back into the closet. No, no, no. How about if you want to go sit down with white supremacists, you don't serve on the federal government, period. How about that? You can go to your Klan rally. I'm fine with that. You can go out in the woods. Back in the 90s, they had all kind of like white only places, Elohim City and all that. I'm fine with that. Go out there. Go 100 miles into the woods. That's fine. but you don't need to be representative in our federal government. You don't need to be sitting on any chairmen. You don't need to be sitting on any boards. You don't need to be doing anything as far as taxpayer money goes, or as far as the direction of our country or our federal government goes. Um, that's my point. I think that I think Mitt Romney serves kind of sort of as a shroud or a protection or a hood to cover what the GOP really is and what it's been for a very long time. This ain't new. I just, to me, that I have a problem with that. I would rather have a racist. I'd rather have a Klansman standing at my door with a torch than some slick Caucasian that hates me that's doing things behind my back to screw me. I'd rather have the Klan. I'd rather have Nazis in the streets because I know who they are. And when they do that, it's easy for the world to see, yeah, we got a problem here. It ain't just 1950s, it's 2020s. It's today. It's February. It isn't just the past. You know, see on subject. To me, I'm not sure anything will change in the GOP. I'm pretty sure nothing will change as far as that's concerned. If it is, it's just weak apologies or something. I mean, I heard the cop that died January the 6th, when his wife came up there to speak to people, I heard some of the Republicans were trying to push her out the door. I mean, they have no humanity. That's ugly because Republicans are supposed to back the police and back the system. And to see something like that, it really shows you that that's a bunch of bullshit. That's all it was. Police are just a necessary evil to preserve the status quo, and and that's fine as long as it's roughing up niggas and spicks and wetbacks in the barrio or the hood. As long as it's running somebody down out there in the ghetto or busting some heads in the barrio, as I said before, that's fine. But if you interfere white supremacist stuff, if you interfere with our way, um, we're not gonna back you. And I think that's what January 6th showed cops. That's what it showed me. And I think that's what this shows people. I talked on another video a couple of days ago I released talking about uh, the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida. How you had a gay Republican stand up and was asking him about what does it mean? I mean, will I be suppressed? What does that mean? It's important for these things, these moments to happen to show you that just because you agree with some of the things Republicans say doesn't make you a Republican, and it doesn't mean you'll be respected within their system. I don't care how much you read, how many flags you put up, how many flag shirts you wear, how many Trump hats you put on. I don't care how many. I don't care about how much. I don't care how many times you can say, sing the Star Spangled Banner. We don't accept you. We never did. We never will. That's what today showed you. Thank you for listening.